All right, you're welcome back. It is Good Afternoon, Ghana, and today we have, two sessions to give you updates of what's going on in the United Kingdom. First of all, after the passing of the Queen Elizabeth II, and also we'll take a look at how Ghana card has almost become a a necessity in your life, and going to be used at every point in time in the government's activities. The latest to actually draw the attention of the NIA to facilitate the move of giving every Ghanaian a Ghana card is the Electoral Commission. It has finally come out that eventually it is going to be the card you will use to facilitate your registration process. The Guarantor system, it says it is out. We'll get the details of that also later. We would have Wanda Madilo join us. Janet Nabla will join us. Wanda Madilo is of the NDC, Janet Nabla is of the PNC. Also Kofi Tonto will join us from the MPP. And then also we'll get into, the Queen's passing, and Jones, it was a UK-based Ghanaian journalist. He will join us, and also Doji Nomekevo will also join us in the discussion. And that's what we're going to be having today on Good Afternoon, Ghana. For now, we'll take a breather. When we come back, we'll start discussions. Back to Good Afternoon, Ghana. Now, we now get into the issue of the Electoral Commission. Let's go and take a listen to Jane Mensah on what the directives she gave, and also requesting for the NIA to, hurry with the processes of Ghana cards for Ghanaians.
You know that the NIA is facing some challenges with distributing of the cards, but we believe that those challenges are not they're insurmountable. These are challenges that they can overcome, and in our discussions with them, they have assured us that they are putting in place modalities to overcome those challenges. So if there are challenges that we cannot overcome, then we don't have to operate the NIA. But there are challenges that we can surmount. And we believe that, distribution of cards is not an issue that cannot be surmounted with, things put in place, strategies and policies and put in place and so on. So we do not believe that, we need to phase out the Guarantor system. The Guarantor system is fraught with challenges. You find registered voters using this opportunity to serve as Guarantor contractors. And it is in their interest to register as many people as they can. And you find that where, there are minors and foreigners coming through, they are willing to do that for them. So it's not a system that we should encourage under any circumstances. And we have 2.5 years. We are saying that in 2.5 years, surely the NIA should be able to produce Ghana cards, to distribute Ghana cards, to register people and get its system running in 2.5 years. And so I know Mr. Tete mentioned that if you don't have the Ghana card today, you can go next week or next month, and you can acquire it and walk leisurely in your own time to any of our district offices in the district where you intend to vote to get registered on our roll and to be issued with a card. And we are aware of the issues with the NIA and the issues with the distribution of their cards. But again, I like to specify that they are not unsurmountable. They are distribution of cards. It's not anything that is rocket science. And we believe that with the right strategies in place, the NIA should, and they have assured us that they've put in place modalities, and very soon we will find them, that system up running, and people who are registered with them receiving their cards.
We have also had discussions to the effect that citizens will vote with a Ghana card in 2024. This is not true. The card is only a requirement to register as a voter for those who have not previously registered as voters. Once you present your Ghana card and successfully register as a voter, you will be issued with a voter identification card which bears the features of the EC, namely the code of your region, district, the electoral area, and the polling station. To conclude, in the exercise of our mandate, we are mindful of Article 42, which enjoins us to register Ghanaians who are 18 years or above and of sound mind. We do not intend to disenfranchise persons who qualify to vote. It is in our interest to register them. It will be an antithesis to deny any Ghanaian the right to register, but we equally have the responsibility to ensure that only qualified Ghanaians are found in the voters' register. We owe this responsibility to Ghanaians, and we will work to uphold that.
All right, so that's the Electoral Commission and what they had to say, that the rumors that Ghanaians will be denied of, registering and also subsequently voting or eventually voting if you don't have the Ghana card is not entirely the truth. So, well, what exactly is the Electoral Commission saying, and how is it getting done well with the political parties that are involved? We'll be speaking with Alfred Thompson of the NPP shortly, but Wanda Madilo has joined us in the studio. He is of the NDC. Wanda, you're welcome. Good afternoon to you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. So, how are we dealing with all these Ghana? First, let me just find out if you've been experiencing the punitive measures. Oh, your mic is off. Okay, so you can just press the knob.
I see a lot of people going through some challenges because I'm told their lines have been decommissioned or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it, but I haven't, experienced that because mine is registered, and so I'm sure I'm not part of the circle of people that are having the challenges. I also know that there are some people who are also registered or who actually registered, but are still experiencing some challenges. And that's supposed to be normal with some of these things. Except for the rush in doing it, these are the challenges you are likely to see with the mass blocking of SIM cards and all that. I didn't think it's necessary. I didn't think it should be an issue of emergency. This can be an ongoing process and eventually get everybody on board. For instance, if the government of Ghana has said that, well, henceforth, before you do any business, you will need this before going forward, maybe people will do it with time. Because one day you would need that service, and then you can go and get it done. But this business of boxing everybody into one, corner and then making sure that everybody does it by force is neither here nor there. And now also, when we acquired these cards, we had registered in the past. At least 2 registrations have gone past already, and this is the 3rd one we're doing it. So nobody knows what happens tomorrow, whether government of Ghana will wake up and say, we've lost our data, and so go back and re-register. It's unfortunate. Number 2, when these Ghana cards were being, issued, people actually wrote their contacts there as their contact. So if the Ghana card system captures their contact, why are we doing all these things to ourselves? What's all this? Can't we have a system that is able to synchronize each other and all that? I mean, it's neither here nor there. I think that is an unnecessary frustration of the system. Already, business is on the low, the economy is struggling, and people use their phones to do business. And that's what is the new thing in town now. Until many people's bank accounts, all their savings are on their account, are on their phones. And then one day we wake up and government says, if you don't register, you don't have access to your SIM card. I think that's unfortunate. Policy-wise, I think they could do better than this. There's no need to punish anybody. Nobody has committed a crime by using a SIM card that he or she hasn't registered yet. It is the fault of the same government. I'm not talking about NPP as a whole, but it's the fault of our own governance structure. Yeah. That when people acquire SIM cards, wherever they acquire them, they should have been registered on the spot before you walk away. But we left it for all these years since mobile technology came into the country. And then all of a sudden, we are being punished for actually contributing our quota to the development of this country. I think it's if you see the economic value of the telcos in this country, you will understand what it is. Why is government wanting e-levy? It's because the industry is booming and people are doing business online and all that. And they feel that they can tax them. So why in one breath you want money from e-levy, in another breath you are cutting the same people who are supposed to be paying for the tax? I don't think it's the way to go.
Anyway, so let's get into the part of the Electoral Commission. It's the same card that the Electoral Commission is also, using or saying that it's going to be using as a card for registration. Has the party come to an agreement? Did you conclude? I know the discussion already started. There's an LI in Parliament already. A CI in Parliament already. So how did you come to a conclusion before this press conference was actually held?
Well, you know that now the NDC has been kept out of IPAC for many reasons. I mean, and it's public knowledge.
It's been kept out, or you kept yourselves out?
We've been kept out because even when we are invited to meetings, the invitations come late. They come at a time you can't make it. And then when you go there and discussions are made, we are not even able to find our way. We don't want to just go to a meeting, talk, and walk out, and then the EC comes out to say, I am not bound to take your advice. We don't think we want to be part of that. But be that as it may, the worrying trend we're seeing, and we have sounded that alarm already, that the NDC as a party is not against using the NIA card for registration. No. In fact, I'm calling on all NDC members, go out there, register, get your NIA card, and we're all in business. The point has to be made that, I mean, I have in my hands here the the earlier voters ID. I think this was in 2016. And then in 2020.
If you can hold it up so that the camera can.
So this is 2016. This is the 2016 one. And then I have the 2021 in my hands. Now, if you look at them, all the features are the same. Everything is the same. What is worrying, and that's where I'm coming to, is that you go to Ridge Hospital, and this is my hospital card, and instantly, in 5 minutes, you can acquire this plastic card that is of a higher quality, more durable, and you pay virtually nothing because it's part of the consultation, kind of. In 2020, when we went for this card, the cost per head for acquiring this laminated paper card was 40 Ghana cedis, 78 pesos. 40 Ghana cedis, 78 pesos to have this thing. One would have thought that the Electoral Commission, thinking that they have foresight and looking forward, would go for something like this. By now, we should be replacing our voters' IDs with this. Reforming the system. Why am I saying this? And why all this? The Electoral Commission, as at now, claims, or at the last election, said they had registered some 17,027,000 people on the voters register. And this was done in record 30 days because of the way the registration was done.
Yeah.
The NIA has been involved in this business for the past 4 years or so. And to date, we are still talking about some 17 million people being registered. And that's according to the words of the Electoral Commissioner herself. That's some 17. Now, even the 17 million contains people who are just residents in Ghana, like Aisha. Like Aisha is also on that 17 million. So, and then in her own conjecture, she claims that some 450,000 people are supposed to be registered yearly, and they believe that within the period, cards have been issued and they have not been given to people and all that, and so they believe, they hope. How do you run policies on believing and hoping, conjecture, expecting, and all that? Even you, as the Electoral Commission, you agree that there are challenges with the system of the NIA. And we agree that there are challenges. Every system will go through some
And she said
levels.
they are unsurmountable.
What is the meaning of unsurmountable? Challenges are challenges. Of course, they are supposed to be surmounted, or they are supposed to be overcome over time. However, the issue is that as we speak, there is no end in sight. You use, as an Electoral Commission yourself, you use 30 days to register 17 million valid voters. Now, the NIA has been using 4 years to do the same 17 million. And I'm saying that even this 17 million, the 17 million of the Electoral Commission does not contain people who turned 18 since 2020 till today. Is that okay? Which means that we even have a backlog of the Electoral Commission to go for. How do you, what logic goes into the fact that, oh, the NIA has registered some 17 million people, so those 17 million people certainly are part of the people yet to be registered? It doesn't work that way. Number two, now we know that even the NIA card system is not fraud-free. If Aisha can acquire an NIA card with a system that we are told is robust enough and can pick up people's biometric, and the system could not tell that Aisha has been on the system before, except for her birthday or birth date, where are we going? Where are we going? These are the realities we want to be asking. The Electoral Commission has become so incompetent that they don't even know that they themselves have outperformed the work of the NIA. And that is why we have all these challenges going forward. The last elections, we spent 694 million Ghana cedis in doing this charade of a card. This paper laminated thing. And we're spending 40 Ghana cedis, 78 pesos to get this thing done. So I believe that if the Electoral Commission really means well for Ghanaians, and Article 42 of the Constitution enjoins them to register all Ghanaians and ensure that they vote. They are not the one to be telling us who should be disenfranchised and who shouldn't be disenfranchised. If I guarantee for you to be on the voters register, and we later find out that you are a fraud on the system, the one who guaranteed should be held accountable.
It doesn't affect the whole system.
Yes. Why are the laws not working? So don't blame your incompetence on the system and all. We have been doing guarantor system since then. Even till today, there are advanced countries that still does the guarantor system. So what is all this?
Let me engage Alfred Thompson. Alfred has joined me via, is it phone or Zoom? Phone? Okay, Alfred, hi.
Hi, good afternoon, Annie.
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thank you. I hope you're fine too. Alfred Thompson is a member of the NPP communications team. I hope you're okay.
I'm doing very well, Annie.
Okay. Were you in agreement with the EC before its press conference days ago that it was actually going to remove the guarantor system and the Ghana card was going to be used solely for the registration process?
I've always been in agreement with what they stated because, Annie, there is no system. I heard last week, there is no system that hasn't got any weaknesses within, or you wouldn't have challenges. And when you tell me that Aisha had a Ghana card, the truth is that her Ghana card is a non-resident Ghana card. So we shouldn't confuse it. A non-resident Ghana card is far different from a resident one. And she cannot use it to go and vote or register and vote.
But Alfred, when it comes to Aisha having a Ghana card, people are not challenging the fact that she had, it was a non-resident Ghana card, but the fact that it was a deportee that's owning a Ghana card, whether resident or non-resident, she is a deportee who is not expected to be in the country.
Okay, I agree with you. In the systems of NIA, have they got those who are deportees that when deportees come in, they extract it from it? They don't. So what are we talking about? We are now building a system. We are building a system where now, when it becomes robust, anybody who is deported, once we configure everything,
Alfred,
anybody who is deported, anybody who is a thief, anybody who has any illegality against the person can be picked up easily.
Yeah, so let's educate the public properly. Remember that the Ghana card is also biometrics that are captured. A person that's been deported, if her biometrics are captured, it has to be determined that this is Aisha One or so and so. We're not supposed to have her in the country.
Her biometrics are captured. Have the capturing of her biometrics with NIA or with what do you call it? GIS, Ghana Immigration Service. Has it been linked to the NIA card system? It hasn't yet. These are processes we are still working on. So wherein lies the issues that we are raising? Listen, we have to move forward as a country. If you are going to sit down and always complain, oh, there are challenges, so I don't do anything, then we should sit down and put our arms in this country and watch everything that is going on. But that is not what we are doing. You face your challenges, you work upon them, and you transform them into finished or good products. These are the things we have to do to rise or come into a situation where we can knock through this with a developed country. But when we are always going to sit down and complain and not look at where the challenges are and correct those challenges, then where are we going as a nation? Let us face these challenges. Let us do what we have to do. If
Now-
this is the card they want to use to register, let's go with it. What are the challenges? Let us face them and correct them one after another.
Good. What are the challenges? The NIA doesn't have the cards itself it uses for the provision of Ghana cards. The NIA is fraught with resources challenges. It has nothing to do with Ghanaians. Why is the Electoral Commission joining the NIA and the NCA to put unnecessary pressure on Ghanaians
How long?
to matters that they cannot solve?
Okay, how long does it take to import cards or get cards with NIA? Let's ask them. How long will it take them?
But we should be asking the government, not so.
We should be asking NIA, not the government. It's not the government's business, it's NIA's business. You see, we are always mixing the government and NIA, the government and institutions.
NIA is part of government, and so that
It is part of government doesn't mean it is the state machinery duty to go and tell NIA do A, B, C, D. Let them, there's a head there. There are people working there. Let them do what they have to do. Let them report what they are not doing, they are not getting. Let us stop adding government to other institutions. Let the institutions run.
So
If they have challenges, what are your challenges? What do we do to solve your challenges? How long will it take? If the government is not paying you and it states it, everybody knows that the government is the one who is not giving you the funding to do it, then people can now blame the government for not giving the funding. But let us not blame government for NIA's failures. That is why we have individuals running the place. Individuals who are put there and also go out and give cards to other people who should not get it. Do we blame the government? Let us start putting things in place. When we start putting all this partisan politics aside and tackling issues as it should be tackled, I believe as a country we'll get somewhere.
Alfred, you cannot put partisan issues aside.
You can.
Well, hold on. You cannot put partisan issues aside when the people are frustrated. The people at this point in time are not only faced with economic challenges, they're faced with job issues. They can hardly put 3 square meal on the table. They are now faced with re-registration of their SIM cards. They're faced with now EC coming to say that, well, we're now going to use the Ghana card. All these exercises boil down to use of Ghana card to ensure that this is what we get. People must leave their comfort zone or the attempts they are making to, make ends meet, just to ensure that they get a Ghana card through challenges of no fault of theirs. And you say we shouldn't, how are we not supposed to make it partisan? And hold on, and we know that the registration process itself with the Electoral Commission has generated a lot of controversies. And so you have to make sure that political parties are all on the same page with what the Electoral Commission has put out.
Annie, if you are going to make it partisan, let me ask you 2 simple questions. When did this card system start? During President Kufuor's time, true or false?
I'm listening to you.
Wasn't it during President Kufuor's time? That was MPP. When NDC came on board, how fast and how robust did they put this NIA card system into place? Nothing was done. It was just up, in, and that was all. It's under Akufo-Addo that we said, no, we can't keep on delaying and doing everything in our own time and space. Let us put measures in place. Let us give timelines and let people go and register. It's been 5 years. When they started this NIA card system, if you are going partisan, you remember some people sat down as political party and said that nobody should go and register. These are the people we should start condemning. But I don't want us to put partisan into it. I want individuals to take the blame for themselves. That if you look at yourself as an individual and the political party tells you that, listen, this is the policy we are putting in place, and the party tells you that don't go and do it, and you don't go and do it, and there are challenges, do you want to blame the government?
So if you take, for example, the current registration of the SIM cards, the challenges that are abound, is it the people's fault?
With the current registration of the SIM card, yesterday the people who are complaining that their cards have been blocked and things, I am seriously frustrated like that because it is wrong, and we have to all rise up against it. We have to blame NCA, we have to blame the telecos, because you should know that when people have registered and you have even given people the chance to link their cards and they've done it, and then you go and block them, you should take the blame. You should take the blame. And that is what you have to start doing. When you start attacking the institutions as they have to be attacked and address them as they have to be addressed, people will start taking responsibility and doing the right thing.
So, and on the same score, why can we not question the Electoral Commission if it is forcing itself to using a card that is not available and is of no fault of the people?
What options do you want them to use? If they think the card is okay, they have looked at it, they said, listen, they are okay with it. From now to when they are even going to do the district assembly elections, they should be okay to use the card. That's what they are saying, or that's what they stated. And they haven't got challenges with that. So what's the problem?
Right. Alfred, hold on. Janet Abla is the General Secretary for the CPP. I like your smile. Good afternoon to you. For the PNC. Pardon me. It's not deliberate. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So were you aware as a party, were you aware of the press conference that was held by Electoral Commission? How do you respond to it? We're now finally coming out and saying that we're going to use a Ghana card.
And let me thank you and your viewers this afternoon. We are aware about Electoral Commission calling us on IPAC meeting to talk about this in the continuous voters registration. They made political parties, except the NDC, aware that they were going to use the Ghana card for the continuous registration. I think we bypassed that because we deliberated on it, asked the reason why, they gave us their reasons. And I think the political parties that were at the IPAC meeting, we accepted. We accepted based on the fact that apart from it being even a regulation, a regulated policy by Parliament, it was supposed to help in making our voters register clean from minors, also bring transparency, and also even ease the hardship on our continuous voters. Anytime they have to give them some limited days to go and queue at polling stations to register. So as a result of that, we accepted. In fact, the LI 2111 that they took to Parliament in 2012, it was our PNC member of Parliament. That time he was a sector minister. He was the one who took the LI to Parliament, that they should make sure that anyone who wants to enter into our electoral register must use a Ghana card, and anybody who wants to register any SIM card in Ghana must also use a Ghana card. And it was accepted.
You took this LI when?
2012.
CI.
20. Then it's a CI.
Yes, 2012. So it was accepted. So based on all this, Electoral Commission was acting on that. They said that the guarantor system, they said they didn't want it because it was bringing a whole lot of foreigners into our electoral register. People come out and then they vouch for people they don't even know without thinking about the consequences. And we are a political party and we want transparency, we want honesty in dealing with our affairs. So we accepted and supported the Ghana card. I know that other political parties came out and were saying that we should use either a passport or we should use a birth certificate. And I was shocked because is it easy to get a passport? When you go to apply for a passport, the number of days they would, months, they will ask you to even wait. Before,
is it easy to get a Ghana card?
No, it's far better than both passport. Getting Ghana card is far better than passports and birth certificates.
My whole life in Ghana, I have never seen a group of people struggle over passport as I'm seeing in Ghana card acquisition.
You ask yourself, they gave us this, and when they were doing the registration, they went to every polling station. Where didn't they go? These people that you are seeing them, me, if I see somebody who is now 18 years and is in that queue, I always sympathize with the person. Anybody who is above 18 and he is there and there is the need that maybe the person was admitted at the hospital. So because of that, the person could not join the registration exercise that went on. I sympathize with that person. Apart from that, who are those people who are joining to take Ghana card? They came to your constituency. Where were you? Oh. Did you travel out? Wait, did you travel out? You want to tell me that all those people that you are seeing there, they travel out. They were not in the country. After the limited registration exercises, they came back. I don't know. And when
When did
and
they
the reason
when
why
did the registration? When did the Ghana card directive start? I mean,
And-
when did they ask
and-
us
and-
to go for Ghana card? How long has it been?
no, they
For
It's been 4 years now, almost.
the Ghana card.
We started actually started in 2020 was when we had the directive because of the elections. And
Okay,
that
yeah.
we were against it because of COVID. So from 2020.
So what I'm saying is that it's not like I'm saying that those who are there, I'm not sympathizing with them or something, but I'm asking that when they were doing the limited registration exercise, when they were doing the mass registration, where were they? So now, when the president announced that they were extending the registration to some number of months or something, they all went out of the polling station and they were not there. In fact, myself and my youth organizer went to 3 places just to check. We were not seeing people there. The places were empty. Now that they've seen that NCA is coming up with a directive to put pressure or punitive actions on them. That is why we have seen them now running back to the station to get their cars. Look, as a country, we can't continue to live like this. That because you have ample time to, or you procrastinate time, others should wait for you. You see, we are living in
You are speaking as though you have directed all the challenges in acquiring a Ghana card.
I am not saying
on
that.
The Ghanaian.
No. I'm not saying that. I know that the NIA is having problems. I know that how to even print the cards is also a problem. Something that we are encouraging them to address. And then a number of people at each station, they should do something by making sure that they create more stations so that they can serve Ghanaians. That one we have seen. But what pained me was when we went to the station and the various stations, and we're not seeing people who were looking for Ghana cards. Those who were there, they all ran away immediately. The president extended the date. And so as a country, let's encourage everybody to vote, to get the card. And how would they get the card? By going to the centers to be able to acquire your card.
So let's make a point. The PNC agreed with the Electoral Commission
in total
that we're using Ghana card.
That we should use Ghana card to register.
Sam from East Legon says that, good afternoon, Annie. What has partisanship got to do with the genuine complaints from Ghanaians about the challenges they are facing in the current SIM card re-registration exercise? Or is Alfred saying that anyone who complains about the process is an NDC person? Ghana deserves better. Sam is sending that from East Legon, but I'll read the rest. Let me come back to you, Wanda.
Yeah.
It's a point. It's an honest, submission that we definitely have to move forward, regardless of the challenges.
Nobody.
You, as a party, have not made yourselves available at IPAC for one reason or the other. In fact, right now we don't know where you stand. Whether it's the EC that's not bringing you invitations, or you have declined to go for meetings.
Annie, I am at a loss when you hear people go on a certain tangent that Ghanaians are to be held responsible for the obvious failings of the NIA. Even the Electoral Commissioner herself agrees that there are challenges, only to say that those challenges are surmountable. Okay, she also has a challenge in the Electoral Commission, which is people guaranteeing for others. However, the same guarantee system is used to acquire an NIA card. So where's the logic? Electoral Commission says we don't want to use the guarantor system to register anybody because it's fraught with challenges. That's fair. You are relying on a card whose acquisition is also based of a sort on the guarantor system. So there's no logic. It does sound as if perhaps there's a bigger agenda. We don't know yet. But what we do know is that we do. What we do know as a party is that we encourage all Ghanaians, all NDC sympathizers, everybody of sound mind, 18 years and above, go out there and secure your Ghana card. It is our civic responsibility. However, we don't want anybody to put a gun on our own throat on how to acquire a voter's ID. The right to vote is a constitutional provision. It is not guaranteed by somebody in power or not in power. And it should be the responsibility of the Electoral Commission to ensure that people are given the chance to vote. Number two, they talk about guarantor system and people guaranteeing for minors and all that. Do we put a gun on the throat of the Electoral Commission when you guarantee for somebody not to go and do further checks?
That's your own mistakes you're saying.
Yeah, that's their own mistakes. I guarantee, even passport, we have guarantors on passport. When you fill the form, there are other people there who must guarantee for you. So it is not as if something new or some novelty of a sort is coming out from this Electoral Commission's position. And we're saying that we don't have a problem. But make sure you are not doing this for any ulterior motive. If it indeed is for an ulterior motive, it will bounce back. Because if today we sit in this studio and one political party in power thinks that, oh, well, now we're in power, we decide where NIA goes to do their registration. We deny them, don't let them get registered on the NIA. By extension, they won't even get the voter's ID. In any case, when you go and register for NIA, it takes you 2 weeks to get your card. And it is that card the Electoral Commission wants to rely on. So if I turn 18 today, and the election is in 1 week, in other words, what it means is that I cannot vote because my NIA card won't be ready before the elections. This is what we are talking about. That's what we are saying, that do the instant one as you have been doing. Make it more frequent. But don't box everybody into believing that the NIA system is so robust. Was it not robust when Aisha, who was already on, deported, came back with a different name and managed to get on it? Where were the biometrics? Where were the identity features? So it's not as if we have a robust system when it comes to NIA. Number three, the NIA card as we speak today, when you give it to any of the banks, they are not able to verify it until we did the verification ourselves. However, the old voters ID that we had, the old voters ID from Afarijan's time, is verifiable in the banks. You don't even need to present your card.
Yes, because
you just need the card number, and they can print out the system for you. This one.
I just think it's because the system has not been synchronized yet. And
no.
So, of course, when you make cards, it takes a while for the banks to also now come.
No, it's not about even taking a while. The database was being managed by B Systems. And B System was the link between the Electoral Commission and the other users, the third-party users like the banks, like the Registrar General and all those other places. And so there was a system put in place for the banks to be able to access it. And it was just a user interface. Okay. They didn't have an administrator authority to do anything or change anything. Yeah, no, it's not complicated. We have had this card, this bogus laminated card from the Electoral Commission that cost the country over 640 million Ghana cedis in 2020 till today. It has not been synchronized. Till today, you go to, I told you earlier, you go to Ridge Hospital, and in 5 minutes, you can get your plastic cards. And these are the cards. This is what...
You do have very genuine, concerns, which you really have to use the right platforms to, as a political party. But let me go to Alfred. Alfred, the issue of, it's a problem when you say that you don't want it to be partisan. It will be because there's a government in office that's responsible for the comfort of the people.
And who is pushing all this?
Now, when you actually have a card, as Wanda Madilo is showing, I cannot understand why banks are still not accepting voters' ID card we had since 2020. So when you keep piling up, when you keep piling up,
guarantor system at the NIA and the guarantor system at the the voters registration or the EC. Now with the EC guarantor system, anybody can just walk in and guarantee for you and walk away. And you don't know the person, we don't know you just have to get a card or something and they walk away. There's no biometric identification whatsoever. Now with the NIA guarantor system, your biometrics are taken. So we know who the guarantor is. If there is a problem today, we can trace the guarantor.
Alfred, hold on. Come again on the voters register, the 2020 voters ID card. What did you say to
ID card, apart from the person having his card, and anybody who can acquire the card can just go and guarantee for anyone and walk away. It will be so difficult tracing these people. It will be difficult.
Is that the reason why
you have your full biometric?
Okay, so is that the reason why banks are not able to use them?
Are not able to use what?
The cards, the ID cards.
Which ID cards?
The voters' ID cards.
They are now synchronizing the NIA cards to the bank cards. So definitely, once you have your biometrics and everything, it becomes easier. It's more robust.
Alfred, hold on. Did Ghana know that we needed, we're going to do Ghana, what's our card called? Ghana cards.
Ghana card.
At the time, we were asking Ghanaians to do re-registration for voters' ID card, which will spend more than, how much do we 694 million Ghana cedis on this new registration process. Did we know that now the voters' ID card has almost become useless? We are now doing Ghana card, and you're saying that the banks are synchronizing with the NIA system. Is that what you're saying?
I'm telling you that for them to use the NIA card, they have to synchronize. So as and when people are still registering, they still come onto the system. They get onto the database, and that's how you can verify. Now, the voters or the EC card that is being used for voting is not useless. We are still going to use it for the next elections. So I don't see why you should call it useless.
Why can't it be used in banks?
Because at the moment, that is not the national identification form being used.
But we were using the older ID cards
We
in
were
the
using
banks.
it, and now they said that going forward, they are not going to use it again. Every time there's a new system coming up, even with banks, even with every country,
No,
developed country,
Alfred,
go there.
Alfred, you have worked in the bank before. We are still using the
I'm coming.
old
Let me ask you. First, when you're
voters'
traveling
ID
out
card.
of this country, first when you're traveling out of this country and you get to UK, do they take your biometrics? They don't. But these days they are taking it. They are developing. They are developed.
I agree with you on that point. I'm just saying that today, the old ID card that were produced by during Afarijan's period are still being used in the banks. It means that it's been verified by the systems, and we're using it. How is it that the
banks stated categorically.
Hold on. How is it that the one that we have produced, that is an update, an upgrade of the old system, cannot be used?
The Bank of Ghana, I think, stated that from 1st of July, they were not going to use their old cards again, true or false? And so they are using the new cards now. So wherein lies that they cannot be used? Wherein lies the fact that they cannot be used? You see, let us not mix up things and then say that, oh, everything is at a default. There's nothing at a default. Even new things, when you start, there'll be challenges. But how do you work around it and make sure that it becomes the robust system that you want? Let us not mix NCE, the NCE or the telecos with the EC issue. The EC has stated categorically that they want to use this for the system. You have time enough from now to that time to make sure that you register onto the Ghana card. So what is the problem over here? The NCA now with the telcos have their issues they are solving. And that I put it at the doorstep of every telco. That if you are able to stop someone's number from being used, I hold you responsible if the person came to synchronize and you haven't done the work for them. And they should be compensated for that. They should be compensated. Each individual.
All right. My name is Christopher Jerry. I did my Ghana card at Ghana Supply. I did my Ghana card at Ghana Supply Commission in 2019, and to date, I have not gotten my card, and I have been barred. Tell the woman, she's called Janet Nabla. Tell Janet to put her conscience at 4. The way you put it, I've changed it because it will be offensive. What I don't understand is that we got Ghana card by submitting a valid phone number. Now, why should I use that same card to register same number that I used in getting my Ghana card? I went to register my SIM and I was told it exceeded my limit, yet I did not use it at all. Annie, good afternoon. Janet is flopping on the show. And she doesn't even know the NCA and the NIA are not in agreement in agreement. The NDC in Parliament will reject the CI coming from the Electoral Commission from Alhaji Haruna Shaman. You mean the confusion between the NIA and the... Anyway, so good day, Annie. The decision by EC to use Ghana card for a voter registration exercise is the right direction. As a country, we need to move forward. Let us do away with the complaints. The nation develops when develops with constant nagging. I don't know what you were trying to say. Good afternoon, Annie. The media is to educate, and if the media brings in resource persons or panelists who themselves has no knowledge in the matter, he or she speaks a problem. How can someone who should speak for the people be speaking against them? PNC, we are with Ghanaians who are not treated fairly by either the NIA, the EC, and the telcos. This is not also true that PNC supports the EC. Okay, it is not also true that the PNC supports the EC. Janet is not PNC, though she is a member. she should be putting herself as PNC by the people in PNC. Bono is chairman, sends her in. Do you know?
He's not the chairman for Bono.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm enjoying the program. Keep it up. My name Alfred is Alfred, and I want to retaliate small. The NIA should put appropriate measures for this registration of the voters' SIM cards, as well as I think eliminating guarantors will not be the best option. I rest my case. You say I have many messages, but let me take a breather. I'll come back to wrap up. All right, you're welcome back. Let's just quickly wrap up. I'll finish up with Alfred. Are you still online?
Hello.
Okay, great. Alfred, give me your last word, just about a minute.
Annie,
Yes.
I believe that every system has challenges. We should start embracing, looking at every issue and dealing with the faults or the mistakes that come in, and making sure that you are correcting our errors one after another. That doesn't mean that when we want to do something, we should always relent our efforts and say that, oh, because there are challenges, we give up, or because there are challenges, we are not going to accept it, or we are not going to move forward. It hurts me for someone to say that when EC sends this to Parliament, the NDC is going to reject it. Is it rejected in the good of the nation or the bad of the nation?
Right.
This thing of partisaning everything is becoming a problem for this country.
Right.
And this country is not going to move ahead if we are all going to put partisan lenses on all the time. Let us work for the interest of this country.
Right.
There are individuals who are finding challenges with the Ghana card. Let us see how best we can help them. If we all have to make one voice and say that, listen, let us give them an extension of time because of these challenges we faced. Let us see how we can correct all these challenges and make sure that now the punitive measures will be sent to the next month or the following month. Then we all say it in one voice, but not to partisan it. It does not help this country. It does not build a robust system.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we all will regret.
Thank you.
I can tell you for sure that very soon, when all these things work out well, and we face all these challenges, we are the same Ghanaians who will start praising the system. And this is a good system that has helped all of us. And others will come and emulate us.
Great, thank you, Alfred.
Thank you so much.
Right, good afternoon, Annie. Listening to the General Secretary of the PNC, I can draw my conclusion that she's not in touch with reality. Let me tell you that during the NIA registration, people have to abandon their homes to sleep at the registration centers, but could not be registered. Any attempt to buy into the idea of someone that Ghana card is better than 1,000 interchanges. Victor's Achu Akachi sent that in.
I'm surprised that on partisan, for instance, reading your comments from other people, I realized that people are still trying to use this Ghana card to do some political gymnastics or something. Because acquiring your Ghana card and making sure that fraudulent people that usually go about defrauding innocent people in the country are done away with is something that all Ghanaians should be concerned. If you tell me that you're a Ghanaian, you love Ghana, PNC General Secretary. My main aim, the reason why PNC people voted for me is because I am a principled person who want the right thing to be done, even if it means a lot of people hating me for it. That is why they voted me into this empire. They did not vote me to come and just shield people because we need votes. We want to deceive the general public to get votes. That's not the reason why I became a General Secretary.
Someone says,
The
this
PNC
woman, where did she get her registration done? I mean, the
I
region.
did it at Domi.
Dummy.
I did it at
Northern
Domi.
region, we suffered a lot. Even up to now, it's not easy. Some people even want
How
to
come
pay
that
for
we
it.
never? How come we never heard of it? Now that they are asking them, no. How come that during that time, the mass registration time, we never heard this. We never heard people complaining.
No, you didn't.
No, what
I'm
I'm
in
saying.
the media, so I did.
Yes. So we are just no. When something is in the media, no matter what, they will drum it until everyone hears of it. And I have party members who would have also had complaints, but they never drum about it. Majority of them never went anywhere to go and get any card during the mass registration. Now that they've seen that they are making the Ghana card an important issue in the country, they are running to go and get it. And even now, if they extend any date, they will all go to sleep. I want the media to not only be saying that we are championing the affairs of the people, we are interested in Ghanaians. I want you to also champion things being done the right way.
Thank you.
Why don't
Janet
you tell the
Nambla
people
is of
to
PS.
go out there to register?
The MPP, the EC is so incompetent. They don't even know that by their own records they have outperformed that of the NIA. If you took 30 days to register 17 million people, and somebody took 3 years to register the same 17 million people, including non-residents, including those who are yet to turn 18, what are you talking about?
The required procedure is different.
Which procedure are you talking about?
From Ghana
The
card
biometrics?
yeah.
Is it the biometrics?
Yeah.
The biometrics?
Yeah.
Biometrics are captured within the same minutes. Same minutes. It's not as if, there's something else to be done.
Anyway, my time is up. I can't prove
so
further.
it's bad. It's bad enough. It's bad. We are very disappointed with the
Wanda
conduct
Madilu
of the
is
EC.
of
It's so
PNC,
bad.
NDC. Janet Nambla is also the General Secretary for PNC. I also earlier on spoke with Alfred Thompson of the NPP. My name is Ania Fampo. Thank you for watching.